Okay, so I believe Hobo, you're the only one with a join in chat link. I think we're actually live now. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't working so much and so well, but you never know. I'm on pretty cheap Wi-Fi and whatever the fuck I have to deal with. You know what I mean? Cheers, brothers and sisters. How you doing, everybody? Have a good time out there. 420 friendly. Adults, man. Nobody's asking you how old you are, but if you feel like you're too young to be here, you better get out and share it with somebody older and cooler, man. Older and fucking cooler. How about that? That's what we're about around here. All right. Damn, I don't have any cigarillos around. I'll just take a cigarette. Menthols. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Papi Carol. What's up with you? What's up with you, Banana Muffin? How are you doing, my man? Chocolate banana. You're like the churro that we put in the hot, thick chocolate, Papi. You're so delicious and unctuous. We take the churro and we put it in the black coffee. And they're for black chicks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do whatever you want on your channel and otherwise, but come on, man. We can't make people feel uncomfortable, so you can't micro identify them like how you say black chick or somebody says to me, burgundy motherfucker. See, we can't do that, Carl. You know what I mean? Just because I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable. This is open channel, open channel. Do your thing on your channel. I'll do my thing on here too. I'm an asshole too, but don't microanalyze because when I got called burgundy motherfucker, I was like, that's micro racism, bro. That's micro melanin management. Who the fuck are you, you MMM? You micro melanin manager motherfucker? Yeah, I don't know what facts are. You don't know what facts are. How come an inordinate amount of people that I grew up with hated dogs? I don't know. I hate them too. Why? Why, Poppy? Those are the facts, man. It's cultural, man. Like I said, no culture wars, right? And then you ran away. Why'd you go? Why'd you leave anyway, Poppy? Nah, you probably wanted to go see other dude be cooler, be crazier. And good for you, man. Yo, do you know Hobo Hideaway? He's the only one with the join in link right now. You know him? He's cool, man. We're gonna do a little bit of interview session if he wants to come up. I sent him the link. What's up? Please click like, man. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it one up. What was tokens, man? All I got, and let's go. The only place I ever won cards before was I played blackjack on my kids' Red Dead Redemption. I do really good at that fake ass table. I don't do good in reality. You know what I mean? Because gambling is a loss.
Did you really?
What's good, Hobo? I'm sorry. Hold on. Speak up one more time.
I said, did you really want to talk or what?
Absolutely. That's why I called you up. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just finished posting up a video.
Okay. I missed it. I just didn't know. I guess I crossed. Nice shirt.
Well, I got your email and then I hold on, I'm trying to get set up. Anyway,
No problem.
And
Nice
I drained my battery when I was filming my video. But anyway, and then when I tried to log in, it said you weren't online anymore. And so then.
Oh, do you think I was like stringing you along? I wasn't stringing you along. I set up the live.
No, none of that. Don't worry about it. So anyway, I just thought I missed you. And then so I decided I'm awake. I got all this crap in my head. And so I'm going to unload it on a video.
There you go.
That's what we do, right? We unload on the videos. And here's what it is you know how when you go to bed at night and you're tired and you're wore out and you're laying down and you're ready and you think you're going to shut down and then all of a sudden your brain decides it's not ready yet and it starts thinking about stupid crap like how did the Roman Empire fall?
Right.
How did the Grand Canyon get formed? Where did the moon come from? Hey, wait. Is there life on other planets? So, yeah, stupid shit. And, most young women today are over there thinking, I wonder what he's thinking about. Is he thinking about other women? And no, he's thinking about how the freaking creation was.
She's worried that you might be like trying to plan on cheating on her, and you're doing like weird science, that like it's hurting
Weird
your
science,
soul,
yeah.
and you have nothing, you have no business trying to figure out. Well,
Yeah.
obviously we can't live on Venus. It's a gas giant or whatever. You're spending 20 minutes thinking about that, and it
What
doesn't matter.
was there an ancient civilization on Mars? Did they really find pyramids?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
There was that
That's what my brain wants to think about. I don't care about other women. I don't care. I have enough time, it takes all my energy and patience to deal with one crazy person. Why would I want to deal with more than one crazy person?
I understand that situation
I'm
too.
sorry.
Yeah.
I love my wife. She's awesome.
Oh no, and but I understand what you're saying. Like, because even if I would think sometimes, like, oh, I could deal with the three of these as my wives, they would say, "Hey, you can't deal with three crazy women like us." You know what I mean? Like they would say it. They'd stop me right off at the cap. And just
Yeah,
no,
dude. Something wrong there. Because what would happen is their cycles would sync up, and then they would come after you with knives one night.
I grew up with sisters though. I never had a brother. I had three sisters. So a brother is somebody who's like trying to basically tease you out there in the wild. That's all I had because I had three sisters. But I found out what, ladies were all about and things, that they're about. And so that's kind of cool because, if you make a genuine effort and you want to, treat ladies as human beings and stuff like that, that's what I learned from my sisters. If you do that and you do that, then you're in there. You might like some girl in the tribe that they have. Don't go for her. Go for number two. When you go for number two and you treat her well and you show her a good time, number one's like, oh, who's that guy? All of a sudden you're really interesting, and there you go. That's what you do,
That's
and just
information for the younger. At my age, I'm done with that playing, though.
Well, I've been married for over 20 years. I'm good.
But I know what you mean because, see, my wife and I, we've been friends since junior high school, and I did date a lot of her friends or occasional friends or whatever, and her and I hung out as friends, but never got serious. And then when we were in our 20s, I tried to marry her, and I wasn't good enough, I didn't live up to her expectations. And we got married in our mid 30s after she decided that her expectations were non-existent or a fantasy fairy tale. Walt Disney lied to us, man.
They lied to somebody, man. I didn't believe him in the first place, and he was stealing novels anyway and novellas. Hey, Poppy Carl, that's what I'm saying. You're trying to be, trying to pick at me, but I'm just saying, like, it's hard. They're basically kind of just like us. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I grew up with all sisters. I understand. They're kind of like us. Just be respectful. Just understand.
Papa Carl. Yeah, treating women as humans. What is that shit turned into?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Trying to pick me from the other end. You go ahead and follow Andrew Tate, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. I blame feminism and all that for destroying our society. Let's just put it that way. Maybe I'm a misogynistic. What's it called? Toxic masculinity. I'm guilty of that. I accept it.
Chauvinist, toxic masculinity, all that stuff. Yeah,
I accept it. I'm guilty. I don't care.
He's guilty, man. Everybody, His channel
Yeah.
is Hobo Hideaway. You want to
Hobo
go see
Highway.
some?
Come yell at me on my channel.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
I can
That's
dig
what I
it,
was
man.
saying. Everybody, go over there, flood over there. Let's talk about misogyny, chauvinism, and the fall of humanity. And
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm sure he'll be glad to entertain you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, look, I lived my life debt free,
Right,
except for when I was in a marriage. All right.
right.
And I'm on my fifth wife right now. And well, we're legally divorced, and I have no debt, but she has debt. And that's just it. I pay my bills and I don't buy a bunch of extravagant shit, but the more money
Yeah,
she makes, the more she wants to spend. And when I was married to other women where they were that stay-at-home housewives, I went to work constantly, working my ass off, working, owning. When I was with my third wife, Christina, okay, and this is in Southern
yeah.
California, I
I
worked in
bet
the
you the third
telephone.
was the best because
What?
you're like pause for a second. You're
All right.
very advanced. You're on the fifth wife, right? But I
Yeah.
bet you the third is the best because in my estimation and what I've experienced, the first marriage is like a foolish love. The second
Yes.
marriage is a fool for money, and the third marriage is when you actually find a friend.
Yes,
I don't know what 4 and 5 are yet. I don't really know.
no, dude. For me, my fifth wife is my best friend.
Mm.
She should have been my third wife, but like I said, we were in our 20s and she wasn't ready yet, and that's when I married my third wife instead. And
Oh
I
shit!
thought
But
she
you
was
held
my
out and kept
friend, but
contact. You were smart. You were
she was
smart.
out
You
for the
held out and
money.
kept contact. You know
Yeah. Well, it
that's
was
smart.
everything goes in cycles, man.
Yeah, that's smart, man. I
What
really
goes
appreciate
around
that.
comes around.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I've been married over 22 years or whatever, and everything's cool. But the other people that I've known in my life that were kind of close to that or whatever, I knew there was different motivations. So I watched everybody else, and I was like, "Hey, man, I really want children. I really want children." Right? My
Yeah.
mother said, "Well, but I was telling my mother, I'm in school. I'm like, yeah, but I don't have enough money yet. I got to make sure I make 120,000 a year." And she said, "You may never do that." And I was like,
Right.
"Huh?" And she's like, "Do you really want children?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, when your dad and I met, we didn't have anything. We didn't have a pot to piss in. We didn't have a window to throw it out of. And she's like, "If you want children, money's not going to save you." And I said, "Let's go." And I was like, "That's it. Bam, 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 bam. Let's have them. They're my, future, their progeny. They're going to move the shit along." So I'm really happy. They're all good people.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Now I had to
Your
love the
mom was
woman to
right.
have a child. I had to love the woman. So
Your mom was right, though. You never have enough money to start. You're never ready. It's something that you just get there when the need arises, and so when you need to buy more diapers, you make more money.
yep,
It's that simple, you know.
yep.
And
Yeah, my sister was in the hospital having a kid right around one of my kids, and she needed diapers, didn't have any money, and I didn't have any money either, but I knew that I had this card that for 2 days I could throw through, and I put 11.99 on for her diapers, and it cost me $50. But I knew I could do that, so I did it. It didn't mean anything to me. It's just juggling.
it's just juggling. Yeah, I never did the juggling thing either. I just went out and hustled, went out and earned more
Yeah.
money, went out and did more work.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a way to do it. Yeah, the same thing. Like you said, if you need more diapers, you're gonna make more money. I'm just saying,
Mhm,
like I figured out at that point, I was like, hey, I don't even have time to make more money. My kid's being born, her kid's being born. But I
mhm.
just need to figure out a way to provide that, in the most honest way that I could. I could just also put it under
But
my
So, like I
arm
said,
and
when
run
I was married in a relationship, they got the credit cards and they would max them out doing that, buying formula and diapers and whatever, school clothes, shoes. And kids grow through things. They need new things every couple months. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then I want to pay that stuff off. And so I'd go earn more money to pay it off. And the more I paid it off, the more they would charge it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that is how it works, man. But
That is
being
how it works.
connected with my sisters, like at least we could get like hand me downs or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We did a lot of
But right
that too.
now, yeah, right now we're in the positions to try to help one of my sisters out because my mother died in October, and my father and she, they were button heads on the vehicle, and so my dad was just like, no, 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 it's your problem. He gave it to the other sister on purpose, which is fine, it's fair enough. But at the same time, I know she has a new bill on her vehicle that's like $400 or more a month than they used to have. So I'm trying to help her right now just to get her halfway there with like some groceries. And I think I can. I think we can do that. We can chip off $190 or something like that. And I care to
Yeah.
do that. If I can help my sister, I fucking will.
Mm-hmm.
This money it's all being burned. It's all a number.
Yeah. My siblings all have adult kids now, so I don't worry about any of that anymore.
Yeah. Well, I have
Everybody,
adult kids. I only have one kid that's not an adult, but they're not independent, at this point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids don't talk to me anymore because I won't support their lifestyles.
I
Well,
understand that
I've
too.
got my one son. His name's Eric. He lives here now. From my second wife. He turns 30 in March. He'll be 30 this coming up March. And he's got his own place. He's independent, and we hang out and visit pretty regular
That's
and
cool.
all that. And but he's not married, and he don't want to get married, and he don't want to deal with all the drama of the whatever, because his mom and sisters were very, what's it called, dominant. They
Yeah.
bullied
Yeah.
him. He was the
And
youngest.
it's not
Yeah.
just his. I mean, that's like your family too. His mom, that's part of your family.
Well, my mom, I don't know. She's still around, so I better not say too much about her. But yeah, my mom, she tried to force me into submission a lot. I can tell you that, uh, and I wouldn't tolerate it. That's why when I was 17, I left house. And my dad said, "You can have any kind of lifestyle you want as long as you're willing to do the work to earn it."
Yeah.
And I didn't want the lifestyle that they were living, so I left and went and earned my own lifestyle. And they said, if you're going to live under our roof, you're going to live by our rules. And I didn't want to live by their rules, so I left their house.
Yeah.
And now I ended up going back there again a couple of times in my 20s in between marriages
Yeah.
for a
Yeah. Yeah.
couple of weeks here and there. Um, but
But you weren't milking it. As soon as you could get back on your feet, you were back out, right?
oh yeah. As soon as I can pay off what I need, get a couple paychecks under my belt, I'm gone again. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
and I spent a lot of time in between marriages living out of my car because I didn't want to pay a mortgage or pay rent. I just put my crap in storage and live out of my car. In Southern California, it's easy to do that.
I
Because the weather's
understand. Yeah, of
nice
course.
out
I
there.
know that.
Out
What do they
here,
say?
though,
See,
out
we
here,
call
it's
it
too damn cold for
right
that.
here. They call it a storage unit, but in Southern California, they call it a locker. I got a storage locker. I got I know
Yeah,
that shit. Yeah. What's up, Bond? Sean the Bond's in the house. Sean the Bond, check out Hobo, man. Hobo is guesting up. We're talking about real life, man. We're talking about having 5 marriages, having kids. Making that
we're just
decision
talking
to not
about life
fund their
in general,
lifestyle.
man.
Making that decision to not fund their lifestyle is a hard thing. Like I
And
said, my kids are all adults except for my daughter, and she's 12. But boy, if you had to face up to her, you would think she was 15, and she's got half a chance to kick your ass too.
yeah, I can live without that,
And she's
man.
the only child we have, but our child is a little baby soldier. That's pretty good. It's pretty good so far.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and that right there is why most young men want to stay single because they're scared of the women today. The women today will kick their asses.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather, yeah. Yeah, if I ever end up single again or whatever, then I'll never do it again. I'm done with it. And I don't blame my son. And it's not just him. I've got 10 kids and all of my sons are single and do not want to date. They don't want to make babies. They don't want to date. My daughters, on the other hand, are all in relationships and have a submissive husband with several kids and all that. So I got a bunch of grandkids and whatnot, and they're all over the country.
Oh shit, Grady George. Remember when they had like the beaded, headdress and the little point and stuff, and it's like the whole Matahari thing. You're right. That was very androgynous. So yeah, and like all the swimmers, like they would put on the caps and they go wadoo wadoo. So all the ladies in the black and white movies that were big like productions, of course, they were very androgynous. Why do you bring it up, Grady? Why are you so hooked up on that? Well, I don't know. Thank you. Now
I see what you're talking about.
I know. Now you got it. Now you got it.
I
Took
was
a while.
watching some of those movies. I like them old freaking movies, man.
Yeah, they're awesome,
No,
man.
he's right. They were very, very androgynous or whatever you were saying.
Yep. Androgynous, yeah. Andromeda is
Did
some,
you watch
I don't
that
know.
video I posted up last night titled "Choosing Irritation"?
What?
Last night, I posted a video titled it "Choosing Irritation." Did you watch it?
No, because I guess, like you said, you did one today. I'm not getting my notifications. I got to go back to your channel, click notifications off, click them back on. I'm not getting notifications. I thought you've been down for like a month and a half.
No, man, I've been making videos almost every day. In fact, today I think I made 2 or 3.
Man, YouTube sucks, man. You can't even like the timeline they have doesn't make any sense. You watch a video, it says it's 4 months old. You're like, no, I watched that 8 months ago. Their numbers make no sense.
Anyway, I commented about the movie 2012, and I was talking about the Woody Harrelson character and all that. And after I was done making that video, I had to go watch that movie. So I watched that movie last night.
Okay.
I just thought it was funny. That's all. Where you start talking
I never
about
saw
something.
2012, but I never saw 2012. I probably should.
It's on Tubi. Better watch it quick because they're getting ready to kick it off.
Yo, Grady had a series called At the Tubi. It was you and Mormo and who else? You had 3 people, right, Grady? And you guys used to watch that stuff, being that it's a free resource. Get together, talk about it. I hope you get back into it, brother.
Yeah, Tubi's free movies, man.
I just got a brand new, I didn't open it yet, but I just got a brand new Amazon package with a new Fire Stick. I needed to upgrade.
Okay.
So I can get Tubi. I'm a big fan of Freevee. I've said this a million times, but I really like
Freevee. Freevee is good. There's good stuff on there too. I like a lot of those old movies, because you get a lot of them old movies for free and stuff on there.
For sure.
Yeah.
I have like 10,000 plus movies, I mean, I have tens of thousands. I won't even lie, like 20,000 movies, right? So I don't really have to like do that. I don't have to do that, but it's kind of convenient. Like, like I said to Grady recently, some of the TV series that I watched recently, some of them are my favorites, and I got to watch every episode that's still out there, That's pretty cool.
Like what?
Well, I told him, number one, be Perfect Strangers. That's what I wanted to watch, but I also watched Frasier, the whole thing again. I watched Cheers, the whole thing again. What's up, Gut Rot?
Cheers.
Yo, I have a Roku, but Rokus that don't have microphones don't work anymore. So I have a Roku that I used to use, but it doesn't work anymore because they want to listen into your house all day, if you know what I'm saying. It's like you
Well,
can't take the
I
bathroom out of the
figured
back of
every
your phone
device we
anymore
got
either,
listens
right?
to us all the time. So I don't care anymore if they want to listen. They can listen, man. Let them listen.
They will. They will.
What's
Yep,
he
they will.
saying? If you have a Roku or a Tubi, you really don't need anything else. That's right, because you
Yeah.
get everything for free. Why pay
But
for
I mean,
streaming when it's free?
since everything is already here, like I don't really care. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's one argument to be made, but I have enough stuff in shrink wrap that I don't have enough hours left to watch or listen to. You know what I mean? Like I'm
I
already
can't even
slammed.
find my DVD player anymore. I've got boxes and boxes of DVDs, packed away in the attic, and I've
Yeah,
got the DVD players packed away in the attic. We started doing on because the wife works from home, so we got to have internet. So we got the streaming all the time, and we don't even pay for channels. She gets the Paramount Plus through the Walmart because we get grocery delivery from Walmart, and so that comes free. And every
right.
now and again, she'll get Amazon Prime free because
Right.
of ordering packages or something. And
I pay for Amazon Prime so that I don't have to pay for shipping.
yeah,
There's many months that we don't do anything with it, but $6.99 a month or whatever, I just consider it like my credit card fee. You know what I mean? Like I don't worry about it. So
yeah. Well, we get that like once a year. I think they offer the free deal once a year or once every 6 months or whatever. And so there's a few shows that I like to watch on there, like that Ring of Power, the Tolkien one, right?
yeah,
Because I'm a total nerd when it comes to the Lord of the Rings stuff. But
right,
anyway,
right.
every time we get it, I just binge watch all the episodes until I'm done and I get caught up. And then I don't
You
have to
can
worry
do that.
about it. But on the other channel, the Prime, I'm in between series right now. I'm waiting for that Tulsa King to come back.
Right
Somebody
on.
told me I got to watch the Landman, but I haven't watched it yet with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Have you seen the commercials for that yet? They,
Nah, because I've only been on YouTube. My computer died. I don't have like
yeah,
even the Amazon Prime that I have, I can't enjoy it. I can't watch my library or
yeah.
whatever.
I'm the
It
same way.
doesn't
I'm
work on
on
my phone,
YouTube
you know?
constantly. It's all I watch anymore. And
Yeah.
you got movies and crap on YouTube as well. I watch all
Yeah.
kinds of
Yeah.
stuff on YouTube. Yeah.
So Grady has so much choice that he just forgets it all. He can't see it, and he just sits and stares.
There's a lot of that going
Oh,
on
Grady,
too.
you're a lot, man. Grady, you're pushing so hard, man. You enjoy your life a lot more than you let on. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it day to day, right?
Well, don't we all?
I hope so, man. I have a good time. What's up, Frankie?
Well, it's that notification right there.
Have your guest sing a lovely song. I don't know what Frankie. I don't know if Hobo has a song he likes to sing.
I have a lot of
Well,
songs
I
that I
have a
like to
hobo
sing.
song, but my hobo song is it's a version of I've been working on the railroad. It's
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
there you go.
That's my name too. Whenever I go out, the people always shout, "There goes
There
John
goes
Jacob
John Jacob
Jingleheimer Schmidt." La, la,
Jingleheimer
la,
Smith.
la,
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 la.
la, la, la. John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. His name is my name too. Wherever
Row,
Jack
row,
goes,
row your
the
boat
people always
gently
say,
down the
there goes John
stream.
Jacob
Merrily,
Jingleheimer
merrily,
Smith. La,
merrily,
la, la,
merrily,
la, la,
life
la.
is but a dream.
That's right. That's right. So I really do. I do. I've been working on the railroad, right? I have a part of that. That's my song, but I don't want to offend hobos. But it's about hobos, actually. The part,
Yeah.
it's the part where the guy's worried and he's like, "Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. On his mind is vagina. She's sucking on the old hobo.
I
Dinah,
didn't
don't
know
you
you guys
blow.
are watching me.
Dinah, don't you
How'd they
blow.
know?
Dinah, don't you blow the old hobo. 'Cause I always be swimming with bald-headed women. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Boop, boop.
Sailor Man.
That's my shit.
Yep.
But you
Yep.
do have a lovely, lovely voice, Frankie. Thank you for saying so. Patrick is in the house. What's up, Patrick? What's up? Did I
What's up,
miss anybody?
Patrick?
Grady's in. Thank you, Grady. Gut rot. Cheers. Oh, we got Area 51 is in.
Teddy
Oh, shit.
Ruxpin.
Area 51. Yeah. Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, that was so funny. He used to go like, he would just be like, "Hi, I'm Teddy," and he would tell you the story. But if you put in another tape, it would just be like, his lips wouldn't even move. But you try to listen to another tape, and you have this extra motor noise. I wanted to punch him in his tape back.
Yeah, that's where they based that movie Chucky off of, right? Child's Play. Teddy
Probably,
Ruxpin.
yeah. I'm your friend to the end. Ha ha ha. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. What's up, Area 51 S4?
Area
Nice to see you again.
51. I used to live out there, man. I used to freaking dig rocks in Dugway, Utah, right south of Area 51. Never
Oh,
saw it
that's
in
cool.
UFO though. A lot of
Right on.
military
Right on.
activity, but no aliens. Got a lot of
Nice.
geos. In fact, look, I'll show you. Hold on, let me find one here. This one right here. This one came from Dugway, Utah.
Oh yeah. What's inside there? Do you know what that is? Is it
It's just
quartz,
quartz
right?
crystals.
It's quartz, right?
Yeah, quartz.
That's
They
awesome.
turn on the grow light. It shines better in the. I don't got the angle. You know, the red lights make everything different.
Frankie, don't make them feel funny in their pants. You know, you say you love them so much, you might make them feel funny. Like, be careful. Like, back off a little. You might make them tingle.
Buy me dinner first.
We love everybody. We love everybody. Just be in your approach, be slow.
Yeah, man. You got to wine me and dine me first.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Give me a few drinks,
Pay for dinner
man.
first. Pay for dinner first, Frankie. Please, hobo, sing some what? More lovely
Sing some
gentlemen.
more.
I don't
I
know
don't
what.
know
I
what
don't know
to
what to
do,
do.
man. Smurf song. La 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 la.
La la la
La
la.
la 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 la. This is Smurfs, man.
Yep. I'm
Who
gonna get. I'm definitely getting. I'm getting a Gargamel tattoo because that's the thing. Like Gargamel, he had the chance to eradicate all the Smurfs, and he couldn't because he's like, my life would be empty without them.
Yeah,
And like there's nothing, like Gargamel, he's a loser, he's the worst magician in the world, but he's least he's not a Smurf.
but he was the good guy
He's
for
an
real
S3
because
motherfucker, but at least
Smurf
he's
was
not a
the
Smurf.
devil.
The Smurfs, they just love each other, they're good for goodness sake, they don't have any fucking thought. So
That's right.
Gargamel is like, I'm satisfied for being grumpy, actually. And that's
Right.
fine. He's like Alf. He's like how Alf is always like to the parents. He's like, I'm gonna eat that cat. I'm gonna eat that cat, Willie. You would kick Alf out of your house in real life, but he keeps threatening your cat. You'd be like, yo, get out of here. And he's like, well, back in Melmac, he was a tasty treat. That's that kind of shit I grew up with. AQ is in the house. AQ has got the best armpits on earth. What's up, AQ?
Damn, dude. Talk about freaking reminiscing back to the old days.
Yeah, I tend to do that. I
Now
like the
you
old
just
days.
made
I
me
think the
go
whole
into
world
this
I'm
freaking
from is
whole
gone.
thought process now, remembering, did that really exist or was it a dream? Did I really experience the 80s or was that a fantasy?
Well, I guess, at the very least, we have a shared illusion, so it was good enough. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Your
you know,
buddy was
we
inspired
live
by
in a
certain.
matrix, right? We live in a simulation, and they give us all the same programming. Oh, geez, Louise.
I really did grow up around that whole group, though. Like, the Johns Hopkins, the whatever you call it, the NIMH, all those people. Like, I grew up around it, being in DC. Like I said to Grady before, I used to call for pamphlets all the time. They would say, "Hey, call this number or send us a fucking stamp." I would do that all the time, and it's just propaganda from every direction when you live in the middle of the city, and the middle of, actually, not even the city but the capital. And so what you understand is, like, culture wars are just eternal. Everybody's got these weird
Oh
sides.
yeah, you were talking about that earlier today, and you're right. That they really are,
Grady,
dude.
because Grady was talking about some guy who says, "Oh, I believe the Giants went over and did this, and these people did this," and it's like, that looks like one of those weird websites you used to see with all the different disjointed paragraphs. GeoCities dot, crazy man. Like,
What Giants was he talking about, though?
well,
Because
I don't
now
know.
you're talking my language there. Giants and the
No,
Nephilim and
sometimes
all
I
that.
know about what is it, the Nirabu, the big headed, the Nirabu, the big headed men. My
The
son thinks I'm
Anunnaki?
taking. He thinks I'm talking to him. Yeah. No. Yeah. 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 Just because I was saying, but we got
Who's that?
confusing, man. I got a son outside the bathroom. He's trying to get in, and the other one's in there already.
Oh,
Yeah. 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 So
and
he's
does
like,
he
"What are you
know
talking to
about?
me about? The
So
big
your
headed men
son
again?"
does he know about Nibiru and the
Yeah.
Anunnaki?
He does. Yeah.
Does
He
he
said
know
both
about
already. Yeah.
Atlantis and the lost continent of Mu?
Yep.
Yeah,
He
see,
does.
that's my language right there, man. I can have conversations about that all day long.
Yeah.
Give me something good to
Let's talk.
smoke, and
Let's
we
talk
can
about
sit and talk about it.
maybe Grady. Grady. Let's talk about the Lemurians. What do you think?
Yeah, the
Let's talk about them.
Lemurians. There you go.
Yep. Let's talk about my man Poke Runyon. That's my man. That
Who's that?
he took that Solomonic code and the Lemurians, and he put it out, and he made it readable for somebody like me, so that I could use it as a map for my own world. Poke Runyon. Like, he was a good
Yeah.
guy. Yep.
Yeah, our whole civilization that we currently live in now is built on top of the remnants of like the Roman Empire and all that, which was built on top of the remnants of the uh which one was it? Your son would know. I can't think of the name right now.
Well, Mesopotamians, back to
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
the
the Great Wall
Mesopotamians.
of China was built to keep the Chinese in and not the other people out, you know. Um, damn it, what the hell? I hate when I can't think of shit.
Oh, those are like the like, you're talking about the actual
Tartarian
Mongolians. The
Empire,
actual
that's the one, the
Mongolians.
Tartarian.
Yeah. Well, the Siberians and the Mongolians are actually, like, those are the Aryans. Like, that's that situation.
Yeah.
That's that situation that came down through.
And they had giants too, because that's why all those old buildings had great big giant doors and all that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Area 51 knows he's talking about the Mongolians. Yep, yep, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where all the Scandinavians come from too.
Yeah, apparently, the ice bridge that the Native Americans come from is from Siberia, Mongolia, and that. Now,
Yeah.
I know one Mongolian, but it's Jimmy's wife. So that means we're, like, really close because he's my drummer. But her whole family, basically most of them died under, like, all the kind of political corruption they have currently in Mongolia. It's crazy. It's really harsh.
I thought they all still lived out in yurts and herded llamas or something.
They have they have cities, and they have fucking court homes and courthouses and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, her family and political like dissidents or whatever, they get slaughtered, they get dragged up on the steps of the courthouse. That's what they do with people like
They
that,
still do that out there?
In
That's
Mongolia,
cool.
for fucking hell, yeah, they do. Because, like I'm saying, I don't know a lot of Mongolians. I know a lot of Koreans. I grew up with Koreans, and they have some relationship. But no, that's what they do right now. They cut
No
you, they
shit.
drag you up on the steps, and they show everybody, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some bullshit. I don't like that.
It's pretty, it's pretty non-evolved. You know what I mean? Like I have no better word. I would say savage, but I'm pretty savage too. You know what I mean? If you call my
Imperial.
shadow, if you call my shadow, he will tap in. That's what I think I'm figuring out. You know what I mean? He's there. What'd you say, Grady? Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I get you, Grady. Yo, so there was one kid, I don't know, Grady, if you heard this. He was talking about sort of the Azteca pyramids and stuff, and he was looking at the geoscape and he said there might be another thing over here. And then they looked into it and they found it. He just gave him like a geo drop. He was like, it would make sense that the pattern wise it would be over here, and they found that shit. You know.
What civilization is he talking about?
He was talking about how like these sort of Mexican and South American square pyramids were
Yeah, the
built,
Aztecs
and
and the Incas and all that.
yeah, and he has like the Azteca pyramids and all the sort of human sacrifice stairs. Basically, that they made stairs to throw somebody down and whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah,
basically,
I watched
but,
Apocalypto. That was a good one.
right, right. But basically, he was thinking he was hearing from the other dude who has sort of a very piecemeal situation and rewriting sort of thing. He said they were originally conceived as basically like resorts, like theme parks or something, and it
Yeah,
didn't work. So
I
then
can see that with a lot of the way that it's made up. They were one big city, man. The Amazon rainforest, before it was rainforest, was a garden. It was
right,
terraced garden. It was a planned thing. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been there. Yeah,
yeah,
there's a
that's
lot of
one of those.
geological evidence that they've suppressed on all of that stuff. And it used to be I personally think, I don't know, I wasn't there in this lifetime to prove it, but I believe that it was a highly technologically advanced civilization once
Right,
upon a time, and the
I
whole
believe
world was
that.
connected, and
Right,
they used the energy of the earth to communicate and travel and all that whatnot. And
I
our
don't have any
civilization that we currently
problem
live
with that.
in is completely retarded. I'm sorry, stifled.
Yeah. Well, retarded means not very grown. It's not a big deal. You
Yeah,
can say that word. You're
we've
not
been
talking about a
dumbed
guy.
down. They've
Yeah,
dumbed
you're
us
not talking about a
down.
guy. Yeah, no, no, obviously, but like this is the thing. I don't have any problem with that. But what is the force that keeps suppressing this knowledge that things have to start over? Because you got like the fingerprints of the gods and that sort of situation where it's like, oh yeah, we built up to a certain point, we lost it all. We built up to a certain point in the next 1,000 years, we lost it all. You had the year, the
Well, the
epic
Earth
of
is on
the this.
cycles. So do you know about the Earth cycles with the magnetic pole flip? Have you heard anything about
Not
that?
specifically. No, I know
Okay.
about. Well, no, 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 not specifically. No.
All right. So the whole solar system goes through, not just the solar system, our whole galaxy goes through magnetic fluctuations. All right. And it affects everything, domino effect, full on, everything's connected, right? And so our sun currently is already flipped its poles, and it's shooting off all these solar flares that are bombarding the earth and everything else. And with the planetary alignment, it amplifies it or something like that. And what happens is the earth's magnetic poles are going to flip too. Here,
Yeah.
let me give you a visual here real quick.
Thank you, A51. Thank you,
We're
man.
going to pull a globe out, right? So right now we got our South Pole here in Antarctica and our North Pole up here by, Greenland, whatever, right? And the Earth spins, and like that, right? And we got our equator right here. Okay, well, what's going to happen, and it's already started happening, the magnetic poles are already moving. The North Pole is moving toward Siberia right now, and the South Pole is moving toward Australia right now. And right here, where South America, where Panama Canal is, right here in the Pacific Ocean, is going to be the new South Pole. And right here, where just below India, is going to be the new North Pole. And the Earth is going to rotate like that. And that'll put North America will end up being equatorial, below the South Pole in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, when that happens, when the jerk happens, it happens like that. It stops rotating, it flips, and then it starts rotating again. Well, what happens is that we're talking just the land mass stops moving, but all your water and your air keeps moving at 1,000 miles per hour or whatever. So you end up with these 1,000, foot high or whatever tidal waves that come washing over the land, and the crust displacement, right? The tectonic plates free up and start moving on each other, and so you end up rearranging the planet. Basically, you'll end up with. That's why the island of Mu. It used to be this great big continent in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and now it's all underwater except for a few little islands like Easter Island and Hawaii and all that shit. But that used to be a great big continent, full of people and cities and shit.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like when you were showing the shift, I was thinking, okay, like even if I wasn't a human and we're just looking at science, and you're showing me a sphere that I know what it's made out of, mostly water, and you're showing it shift like that, and two other gravitational bodies. What that means to me is that water will be, it's gonna
That's exactly
flare
right.
out on that side and that side. It has to. I don't have to have a human experience. I can just look at it and see the physics of it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
obviously, when you talk about tidal waves, that's what's being created. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you
Like,
can use Google Earth to zoom in on certain places, and you can see these giant mile-long ripples, like what you would see in a riverbed. You can see them all through the Middle East, all through the Sahara Desert. You can see them all through the North American continent.
my wife showed me one off of the shore of Japan yesterday. She showed me like a big ripple pattern that was going on.
Yeah, and that's just from big, large, massive floods of water, big, giant, mile-long, several mile-long walls of water just washing over it and then, gone again. There's even a theory that, because archaeologists talked about the Grand Canyon being carved over millions of years or whatever, but there's a theory that it was done overnight.
Oh.
Massive flood cutting right through the gravel. Otherwise, the erosion would be different, and that's why it cut sheer cliffs and all that. The same thing happened in the Badlands in Washington State. And they think that the water that did the Badlands in Washington State came from Missoula, Montana, because in Missoula, Montana, the valley that Missoula sits in, on all the mountain ranges, you got all these lap lines all the way around from like lake water lapping,
Yeah.
It's just, if you really take the time to look at the geological evidence going on around the world, it's not what we were taught in school. And it does give evidence and credence to the mass world flood. Maybe it wasn't the whole world flooded, but different parts of the world flooded at different times and whatever. And so every civilization, every culture's got their own flood myth, and
for sure. Yeah, that's one of my anthropology things. They're like, Gilgamesh to Noah to whatever, they put that out there, So.
That's right. And the Noah thing, that was the Middle East. That was Turkey and Africa and the Middle East and those areas over there. It wasn't North America. But the North American Indians, they have ancient stories of flood myths too. So does the Inuits in Alaska. They got all kinds of flood myths. The Great Spirit turned into a giant fish and swallowed up the people and then spit them back out on the beach after the flood.
Oh, wow.
Maybe the aliens came down and picked us up and took us in their spaceships until it was done. Who knows?
Right. That's like a Jonah the whale there, like bring you in, train you to lead others and spit you back out,
Exactly. Yep. Take you in and humble you and spit you back out so you can be wise again and teach the youngins.
How many pipes do you have, man? I barely know anybody. I have like 7, so you probably have like 40. Yeah, I got one of those. Got like 4. There you go. Yeah, I got a bunch of corn cobs. I got them. I got like a few extra when it was COVID. I was like, yeah, we can't share fucking pipes anymore, so I got more. You know what I mean? I was just trying to be nice. Cool.
Do you watch Doctor Who?
I got a lot of mirror charms.
Do you watch Doctor Who?
No, not too much. I've watched a few, not much, probably like 10 episodes or so.
This is one that I've been working on making. It's the TARDIS.
I can see that. Right on, right on.
You see? But yeah, I'll make a few. I don't got any of those other kinds stashed here, but let's see if I can go for a walk. Let's go for a walk.
I know.
Find my shoes. I'll show you my secrets.
I doubt that, but we'll see what you can share. I can't believe I still have 2 pints of beer. I got all this weed, I got to kill them somehow. I'm overwhelmed, man, which is pretty good, right? Because like you say, I'm not like I'm not chasing it. I'm just overwhelmed already.
Darkness. Into the darkness we go to explore the mysteries of the unknown.
So how do we get your merchandise, like the shirt that you're wearing? Like, we just go to your channel and look?
Yeah, in the description, I got a merch store, and you can buy T-shirts and stuff.
Cool. Wow. What do you call that guy?
Hobo.
Right on. Fair enough.
But he smokes pretty good. That's just a piece of apple, and then of course I got the glass.
That's just apple?
Yeah, it's just a piece of apple wood, and then I got a lot of these little ones that I just took from the garbage, pieces of scrap, 1-inch trim board, from the furniture manufacturers, the wood shops.
I got plenty of that,
yeah. And so, see, I've got. So it starts out as let me turn some more damn lights on. Hold on.
Sure.
All right. So it's just a piece of 1-inch wood that they use for cabinet making. Mm-hmm. And then I'll drill a bunch of holes in there and then see the lines on them. I don't know if you can see the lines on them that I got pencil lines. Yeah. And then I'll drill the tops out. And then after I get all the tops drilled out, I cut them out and they're just little 1-inch, like, one hitter quitter type dealies. They turn into this right here.
Right.
And, and then I just use the sander to shape them round and whatever. And I got some black walnut and some maple and oak and whatever else. But this
Do
was
you have to treat the wood in the bowl part so that it burns well, or how do you do that?
I just treat the outside of the wood with beeswax.
Okay. Okay. So it doesn't
And so that,
penetrate.
yeah, but the wood itself for in where I smoke it, no, I don't treat it with nothing. It burns. It's whatever. But yeah, this is my wood shop.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I see
Yeah,
that vacuum, man. Sometimes you gotta suck a lot of
I
like
suck
wood
a
chips
lot.
out of the
Yeah,
sky. What do you do? What do you do? You gotta pull all the filters out and beat them up, right?
yeah. I take it outside and do that. Dump it in the garden,
Yeah.
and then here's another one of my wind chimes. It's just a motorcycle crank,
Right.
and then I just some chain and put silverware as the chimes,
That's
and then
awesome.
I use a glass insulator up here for in the middle for the bonger, and
Oh
then
wow.
I got a piece of a geode that came from Dugway, Utah, that I cut and sanded and polished and drilled a hole in it, and then that hangs down there at the bottom. And
That's fantastic, man.
I had that hanging on the front porch for a few years, but then it got rotten and broke, and so I got to rewire it and all that. And I'm set up. I'm not set up anymore, but I got all the tools to do glass blowing too. So these little these pipes here, I can make those. I can make those.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I like to make glass marbles and stuff. That's always fun. But yeah, and then there's this whole other space. Let me see if I can storage, man. Stockpiles of more crap and junk and stuff.
That's
And
so
then
funny. Right behind you, right? I know you don't realize this, right? But right behind you, all those flats right there, you can make a
what?
drum machine. Like you're looking at it, you're not looking at it like I'm looking at it. Like, look at this. I know you can make a drum machine. That's what I mean, like a whole drum set out of all those fucking
Oh
pieces of
yeah,
plastic. You know
I'm
what I mean?
sure I could. I thought about making. I thought about making guitars.
Yeah,
Because that would be fun. But
right. Yep.
and then I got these pieces here. I make these little cars, little toy car thingies,
Right.
and then and I just cut out a piece for the wheel that goes on
Oh
for the
shit! Do you
car.
like Tirolini or you just have nails in there? My wife
No,
likes those things.
I just use these wood dowel things right here
Right.
for the axle, and then I do a lot of these kind of wood carvings. You've seen some of those, like that one and that one and whatnot. And then this one was in progress, and then the person I was making it for passed away. So it's probably, and there's another one of my wind chimes that sits on my front porch. And that's just galvanized steel pipe. And then all of these over here are all pieces that I've started that I've just kind of been piddling with for grown-up kids that are nieces and nephews and my kids that are grown up now and quit talking to me. So I quit working on them.
I think you should finish them anyway. I think you should finish them anyway,
I will one day.
Yeah.
And then I got sticks like this one. This is a piece of cedar that came from Utah. And I was thinking about turning it into like a magic wand with a crystal on it and all that.
Oh, yeah, like the crystal ended. Those are awesome, yeah.
Yeah, this is a piece of a deer antler.
Yep.
And I was thinking about, or an elk. This might even be an elk. I don't know. But anyway, so I was thinking about maybe turning that into a pipe.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
see it.
the ones that are butted up to the knuckle there. I've
Yeah.
smoked out of those beer pipes forever. They take the knuckle and then they go back to where they want to cut you off, and then they dug the hole and then they bore it through, and then I've done that forever. I guess that's Native American because a lot of the people I was around then were Native American too.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like a traditional thing.
Here's another one of them big old geos that's not been cut. That came out of
Right.
Dugway.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just collect stuff and then it gets turned into something at some point in time when I feel like doing it. And down there is here, let me turn the freaking review around. Geodes that came out of Dugway, Utah.
Oh wow. All that.
All that. Yeah. So yeah, good time.
851F4 said, every man needs a workshop, that's for sure, But better if it's so huge and expansive.
Yeah, it gives you sanity. You got to have somewhere to go to get away. You want to see my tree?
Absolutely. It's just art. It's not a tree.
Yeah. So what happened was the house was built in 1905, and so it had the cast iron plumbing, and the upstairs bathroom broke in the wall, and so we had to cut this whole wall open to replace the cast iron with PVC. And when I started patching it up, I got a little crazy using that blue lid bucket right there of mud. And I just started sculpting it into a tree.
Okay.
See, it's got leaves.
Right.
I just use a big tablespoon, and dab it on there. And it's got all kinds of texture.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Just because I'm like that. Crazy like that.
I have a tree that's tattooed on my leg. It kind of looks like that. It kind of has the same texture, actually.
Yeah, it's just something to do. All right, now I'm tired. All that hiking up and down the stairs.
Fair enough.
That wore me out, man. I'm old. All right.
Well, that's okay. I'm not gonna be hanging out here for too much longer anyway. But I'm glad that you wanted to come up.
Yeah.
Trust me. The thing before was I was just setting it up, sending you a link. It wasn't live, but like YouTube was funny. They were like, "Do you want to retry? Do you want to retry it?" Like so it probably looked like I was teasing you, but I wasn't trying to tease you.
No, I
Like
don't
you
think
said, do
like
you really
that.
want to talk? Do you really want to talk tonight? Yes.
Right. Well, here we are.
Right on.
Yeah.
So you have medical THC. Are you getting flowers or it's all
No,
gummies or it's your
yeah,
choice?
it's just tincture oils. The pharmacy is in Des Moines, which is about an hour or so away. And so we were out there this morning because I had to go to the doctor's anyway. And we thought about going, but their prices are too high. And they wanted $5 for 4 gummies. And I didn't want to pay that. And the tincture oil, which was a pretty good potency. I think it was like a 500 milligram or 5,000 milligrams or something like that for just a bottle about that big. And I think it was like $75, and I didn't want to pay that. And the whole thing. I talked about it in that video I made last night. The irritation video. I was kind of bitching about it, and I'd rather have the flower over all the other stuff. So why am I going to go to the government approved facility and get synthetic bullshit when I can go to Bubba down the street on the corner or Joe on the corner down the street and get what I want for $20?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I got a guy who wants me to cook him lunch tomorrow. He's a distributor, if you will. And he's going to come over, and I'm going to make pesto chicken in the Instapot. I think I'm going to make a video when I do it. And
that'd be cool.
And he's going to bring some over, and we'll play cribbage, and he'll just twist one up one after the other
Yeah, you
after the
smoke
other.
2 joints while you're waiting for it to cook, right?
Yeah, because it takes me about 20 minutes to do the prep work, and then it's about an hour's worth of cook time because it's got to build up pressure. I use the Instapot, and so it's got to build up pressure and all that, and then cook down and whatever, and then we'll eat, and then so yeah, we'll sit there and probably smoke 3 or 4 anyway,
Right.
before it's done. So.
What's up, Stink Bug? Nice to see you.
What's up, Steve?
Yeah, man. Flowers where it's at. They did this thing to us, because I'm from Maryland. They did Maryland and DC. Legal medical. Guess how many dispensaries?
How many?
Zero for years.
So how is that going to do you any good if you got a prescription, and then there's no dispensaries? But what pisses me off more than that is that I got the prescription from my regular doctor at the hospital, and the insurance won't pay for it because it's not pharmaceutical.
For sure, yeah.
And so I got to pay cash anyway. And if I'm going to pay cash anyway, I don't want to pay it to the government or a corporation. I'd rather give it to the mom and pop, somebody who's going to pay their mortgage and feed their family. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying is like, so what happened right here where I live in Virginia is it's starting to be carts only, like several years ago. So I quit smoking for 5 fucking years because it started being carts only, and I don't care. I just want flower. Then it became legal. I went back to Maryland, back to DC, where it had already been medical and stuff like this. But like what you're talking about, now they have levels of stores. So you can go like to the downtown neighborhood and just get real cheap, fat $10 bags, or you can go get really nice $75 bags or whatever.
Right.
So now everything is just,
I can go drive down to Missouri or go to Illinois or go to Nebraska. It's fully legal in all those states, and just get exactly what you're talking about. Get whatever I want. I can
whatever you want. Yeah, that's the deal.
Rolls, but you can get pre-packed spit. What do they call spiffs? Whatever. I can get blunts. I can get whatever. You can get moon. I love moon rocks.
Yeah.
If I can get moon rocks, get a couple moon rocks and mix it with a little bit of flour, that'll last me a couple hours.
Right. Yo, Frankie, what's up?
And I talk about in my videos. I talk a lot about like spirituality and I talk about the Bible and stuff a lot.
And, you know what? I'll tell you what, man, Hobo. If you want to, because you host a prayer in yours, can you host a prayer in my channel? I would be proud and happy to see that.
I'll pray right now if you want me to.
Please do. For everybody, man. Hey, everybody.
All right, shut up.
And listen to the man.
Lord, Father, we're grateful for our blessings. And Father, we ask you to watch over us and guide us with thy Holy Spirit so that we may just be in thy presence and feel thy love. And Father, we are grateful for the friendship that we share with one another and for all the fellowship that we're able to acquire here on this channel. And Father, we're grateful for all the beauty that the physical realm of existence possesses. And we ask thee to open our eyes and our minds and our hearts to be able to enjoy it. And these things, Father, we pray in thy Son's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, man.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate I appreciate that you blessed us with a prayer in our channel, right?
There you
So
go. So the
take that,
Bible,
Frankie.
the word Bible is an acronym, right? And it stands for Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. And the very
Right?
first book of it's the book of Genesis, and the very first chapter in it talks about the creation and all that. And in that creation story, verse 11 through 14 talks about how he gave us all seed bearing plants for our use as food and medicine. All seed bearing plants.
It's
So this
Genesis
plant
1. It's
that we're
Genesis
talking
one
about,
12, isn't it? Genesis book 1, chapter 12 or whatever.
yeah, chapter 1, verse 11 through 14.
There you go. So that's why I said 12. I was just
Yeah.
chapter and verse.
But
Chapter
but
1,
that
verse
that means
11.
that
Yeah.
this plant that we're talking about is medicine and it comes from God. And how dare any man tell me I can't have it?
Nope.
I'm just
God's
saying.
gonna have to judge me later, man. God's gonna have to judge me later. I don't give a shit about man.
I don't care about anybody's judgment except God.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. It's not right, man.
There's another guy that I like to watch. I was watching his live feed and visiting with him earlier. His name's Bam, Steve Bam. You seen him?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Very wise man. Anyway, he was talking about loyalty and how there's not a lot of loyalty anymore in this world and whatever. And my
Right.
feeling on that is you don't got to worry about any of that nonsense. All you got to do is be loyal to your own self and your own higher power, however you perceive your own higher power. Most people call him God. However you perceive your own higher power is your business and nobody else's. And you just got to be loyal to you and your spiritual being. And that's it.
Sure. Sure.
Nobody else matters. Now, I'm not
Right.
saying go around and be a jerk to everybody else or stab anybody in the back. Don't do that because if you got a good higher power, you won't be doing that.
Yeah, but the other extreme of loyalty is like the guy might be actually talking about dependency. He might be talking about the other side of loyalty where he needs people to support him and care for him, and you
Well,
don't want to be like that because
that's right.
a man is a person who doesn't need anything anymore. He
And
says, "I got
that's
it.
a
Do you
fact.
want some?" A man is somebody who has it, and he's like, "You want a little bit of it? I got it already. I don't need anything."
Everything in moderation.
Right on.
All
What do you
right,
say about GBH?
I gotta
Oh,
go.
he was incarcerated for almost 3 years for GBH. I think you did go through that recently. Yeah, I speak about that recently. But
What is?
obviously something was going on between you.
I bid you all a good night. Love you all. Remember, till next time, kindness is key, and I love you. Later.
Right on, hobo. Right on, hobo. Thank you so much. See you soon, man.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Frankie, man. Thank you, Frankie. Hobo is awesome, man. Everybody sub up, watch his channel. I'm glad he blessed us with a prayer. That's not something I can do, so. Oh, that's cool, Frankie. You too, bro. You too, bro. What can I do for you? Dance, sing a song? I don't know right now. uh, been on for a while. Talked to my man. Yeah, I didn't really want to come up, but because I didn't feel social, but I sent Hobo a. If you want to come up, let's do it. Too much hate in this world. That's right, my brother. That's right. All the divisions need to end. That's what I believe. No more. It's not even hate. Hate is like sometimes admiration, right? It's just like squash your feelings, end your divisions. When this tribal interlock works. And I hate to say tribe because people are like, why? And I was like, because motherfuckers are tribal. That's why. But when the, end comes and it all globes back up, bro, we be good. Joseph's cloaks had many colors. That's right. It was the cloak of many colors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, if you really want to hear about it, Joseph is the father in the Bible, and then Mark is the teacher. Joseph Mark. That's my name. So it's okay because with my family, with my kids, I've been the father, I've been the teacher. I've also been the manager, something that probably just didn't exist properly in biblical times. But I've been all of them. Father, teacher, manager, whatever, Very well, very well. You guys, I mean, I'm sure I've said it a million times, but that's the re-release poster. So as it says at the top, for those who weren't able to see it, we're back again. We're back a fucking again. Fine blonde lady with a lovely voice. Yes, she is. Space Monkey, Frankie, nice to see you. I'm checking out for the night. But hey, and what else was I talking about? Man, I'm going to bed, Space Monkey. I really am. I just came up to talk to Hobo and we did it for a while. So I hate to be funny about it, but I didn't even eat dinner. I thought I should, and I had a couple of things, but I forgot. You're a true gentleman and a scholar. Brush your shoulders off. Brush your shoulders off. But I mean, in full disrespect and no fucking down. And listen, this is what I was listening to. Hi, Joe. Yep, I was listening to the Hags tonight. I put that in my community tab. But yeah, what time do I rise? 8 o'clock, 7:10, 7:10, 7:10, which means right now it's like 1:24. It's not that late, but I just gotta chill, man. I just feel that way. Cheers, everybody. I mean, I'm gonna go listen to the rest of that, watch a movie and shit. So like 3 more hours. But yeah, 8 o'clock I'll be up. 7:10 I'll probably be. I mean, I'll 7:10 I'll be fucking nosy, asking everybody else, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" And then 8 o'clock I'll be awake myself. The weather's cool, man. You know, I know everybody's got cold and shit like that. It's really temperate here. It's not that bad. I can't fucking complain. I wouldn't complain. What movie? I'm gonna listen to the rest of this, which is the Hags. The Hags, Hags. You see, brum 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 brum. Hi, Joe. But anyways, I'm gonna do that, and then what movie? Yikes! Let's find out right now. Let's find out right now because I don't have a plan. Hold on. It'll have to be a DVD or something. Okay. Is it gonna be Mike Tyson's Mysteries? Still sealed. No, it's not gonna be Mike Tyson's Mysteries. But I love the pigeon. What's up, Juan? Is it gonna be Fright Night 2 unrated, like some sort of is this a remaster, a remake? No, it's not gonna be that. Nope, fuck that too. Alright, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna play? What are we gonna watch? Here we go, here we go. I think I might find one. Okay. I did it, I found it. Is it gonna be Jacob's Ladder? No. I'm gonna watch Second Sight, Bronson Pinchot. You guys ever seen Second Sight? You've seen the flu is really bad in America, Joe. Yeah, I know, man. I know. And my daughter, she just has, I think, a mild one. But I'm gonna watch Second Sight. with John LaRoquette and Bronson Pinchot. So you can see this is this is that used to be a fucking videotape box or whatever, but I've already burned my own disc. So that's the deal, right? Used to be a videotape box or whatever, but I've already burned my own disc, and that's what I'm watching tonight. I'm watching fucking Second Sight with Bronson Pinchot. Guaranteed. Peace, everybody. Now, I still want to see what Mike Tyson did. You know what I mean? Yeah, Bronson Pinchot, he's a super genius, man. He's a fucking super talent, bro. I still want to see what Mike Tyson is doing in this shit, though. So I got to watch this shit probably after, right? I'll go ahead and take both those over there, eh? St. Patty's Day, brother. Okay, I got a second St. Patty's Day bag. Oh, I don't know where it is, but it's got, limericks and leprechauns on it. He's in this one? No. Oh, you mean he's in this one with Stuart Pankin, John LaRoquette, and yeah, Norm is the fucking goat, dude. Norm is everything. Norm is everything. Oh, he's in Mike Tyson. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I was like, I don't remember him. I remember Stuart Pankin, John Larroquette, Bronson Pinchot, um, the Nun. I don't remember who the Nun was. Oh, in the Mike Tyson one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna watch both, I guess. So I'm gonna listen to the Hags over here. Grady, I sent you that, right? I sent you the Wally George, right? So check that shit out. Yo, Norm is the shit. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Norm is awesome. You guys like Canadian comedians, man? You guys like Canadian comedians? So do I. You know what I mean? So do fucking I. That's cool, man. You guys make me want to stay. But I need to do this and that. Well, let me see. Woof. Yeah, Norm is awesome, dude. I know I wanted to leave, but I don't know why Hobo had to leave. But everybody, you got a prayer. You've only seen him in True Romance. I told you my favorite show is Perfect Strangers. He's Serge, in the Lethal Weapon series. There's a great, morning show on YouTube where it's him and Eddie Patrick, Bronson Pinchot and Eddie Patrick in the morning. Like what the fuck? It was wonderful, dude. Shout out Dirty Work from Norm and the Saigon War that bit my nose off. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, Dirty Work was cool too. Norm, he really never had his own vehicle, but I guess he didn't need one. Dirty Work was close, right? Norm was pretty brutal, really, in his form of comedy. It's pretty brutal. Screwed, yeah. Screwed, yeah. I got that one, yeah. That's a good one, yeah. I got screwed from my video store, and when I went to an old folks home, they had it from my video store. They had their other copy. I bought mine for $4.95, but then they gave it to the old folks. It's like, yeah, you're gonna watch Screwed later, aren't you? What else do they have? Like, what's that fucking movie where they do shit? They do the Mitchell brothers. When the Estevez brothers do the Mitchell brothers. Like it's called like Rated X or whatever. Yeah, yeah. That was in the fucking old folks home, and so was like John Turturro in what was that one? Fucking Nut House or whatever. This I was like, man, yo, you want to live in an old folks home? This one is the shit. You know what I mean? Like we're watching movies, watching Fletch. You know what I mean? Like they got shit. The Dream Team, you know what I mean? Like that's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Just the Dream Team. They got them all. You know, just having parties up in the old folks' home, man. I can't wait till I get. I want to falsify my documents so that I can go to an old folks' home and just chill up there, man. Just chill. When my mother's funeral, because jokingly, I say I'll falsify my documents to get to a retirement community. So in my mother's funeral, my neighbor's parents came by, and I said that shit to them, and they were nervous. They were like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Kinda." You know what I mean? They were nervous, but I was like, "Yeah, kinda. I'll fucking do that. Aren't you guys having fun? Aren't you guys fucking having fun? In your retirement community, just swinging, sniffing, and bingoing, and fuck yeah, I'll fucking falsify my documents, man. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Any minute, bro. Any minute, bro. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Click like 2 more times. Come on. See you later. Fuck. I really wish I could hang out.